Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, come on in. It is Tuesday, and you know what that is. It's time for some shenanigans. Let me get my let's get messy apron on. Come and join me. I'm Mara LaFay with Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara. And we're going to do something fun. I don't typically do these colors, so I'm always encouraging my private group members to think outside the box, to do something that they don't normally do. So you have to lead by example, right? So that's what we're doing today. Let me just swipe a couple times and see if I can see comments. I see a few of you here. I know the book has been really weird, and I had really slow internet today, so let me see if I can pull myself up here really quick. Zippity quick. Say hello when you come in. All right, I see I'm live there. Let me put my volume down. There's Charlotte. Hi, Molly. Hi, ladies. Shout out to my home and lifestyle group. You guys are the best. Thanks for showing up and showing out every single time. So if you're new to me, I would love for you to follow. If you're catching this later on YouTube, subscription. Hey, Tracy, good morning. Let me get the camera down so we can start. You guys, I was running around all day today. So typically on the days that I'm live, I get here an hour before just so that I'm ready. But sometimes that's still not enough time. So we're going to be doing something that I don't normally do. I don't usually do Americana. I don't usually do patriotic. But I put out a suggestion yesterday on my page because sometimes it's hard coming up with content. Like literally I'm live 4 times a week, and that's just without the store or the other things. So my brain gets tired sometimes. So I put out a suggestion, and Kathy suggested, our sweet Kathy Dean suggested, to do a Americana for the upcoming holidays, and maybe at some point, probably Saturday, we'll do, I'm in an event where we're going to be doing some mystery boxes in a little auction, and I may go ahead and do this, and then just go ahead and donate the proceeds back to my favorite, which is one of my favorites, which is Wounded Warriors. So we're going to be starting with a canvas board. I did not measure it. Poopity poop. I want to say 11 by 14, and we're going to be using decoupage paper number 3120, and I am going to write that on the back, because a lot of the times after the live, people will ask me, and then I forget. So we've got over 3,000 decoupage papers in stock. So, and I wrote that wrong. My dyslexic brain wrote that wrong. 3120. Already I'm goofing up. 3120. It is in honor of Memorial Day, and this is what the paper looks like. We're going to do a little bit of blending. So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And it does say Memorial Day. We love our veterans. My husband's a veteran as well. So they have a very special place in our hearts. Truly, truly. Let me move this right down there. And can you guys hear me okay? Smash me up some hearts or thumbs if I'm in a good spot and you can hear me okay. So we're going to do a little bit of blending. A lot of the times I do this ahead of time, but I get questions about blending all the time, and I know that you guys always enjoy. You can never watch blending too much because, thank you, Robin. Good morning, Linda. You surprised yourself in catching you love. I know. Hi, Karen. So let's get started. You're going to need a water bottle. You're going to need, this is your color story. You're going to need papers that are very, very close to this. I applied my decoupage medium underneath my paper and on top of my paper, and I always do that because it provides a little bit of a barrier. We're going to do a little bit of blending. We're going to do a little bit of stenciling. So these are kind of close, but don't sweat if you don't have exactly the same colors. And I am going to use a little bit of this. You guys that know me never do blue. Never. Unless it's French blue, baby blue, or turquoise blue, very rarely will you ever see me work. I have to remember to take those out of inventory. This is indigo blue, and I think it's going to be a really good mix. And because I'm quite thrifty, I think I'm just going to do this right here. And that's probably all the blue that I'm going to need for now. unless we decide to stencil in blue, which we may. We may stencil in blue. So the comments aren't floating there, but I can see them here. You love that paper? Your sweetie is deployed. Aw, thank you for his service. Let me see if I can scroll up here. See, I'm not seeing comments there either. Poopity poop. Let's see. Nope, they're not going that far. All right, so I got you here. So, all right, let me see. Let's get another brush. And I think we're just gonna start by mixing this with this a little bit. And we're just gonna kind of create a shade that's a little bit closer. And it's not exact, and I'm not looking for exact. A little bit more gray here. And get a little bit of blue here. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. And give my brush a little rinse. Once I put it in that blue, it was kind of all over, but that's okay. We might actually like that. And then we're going to take a little bit of water. We're going to do just a little bit at a time. Good morning, Jules. Good to see you. And we're just going to blend that in. You can use a round furniture brush. You can use a large stencil brush. Gosh, I hate when those hairs come loose. Just that, I love just that little touch of blue. So the water really helps you. Good morning, Denise. The water really helps you to move that paint. And I do really like those little bits of blue in there. We are going to add a mold on this, of course, and some stenciling, of course, because that's what we do. Good morning, Debbie and Dawn and Barbara, Veronica. Welcome, everybody. So glad you're popping in today. I do like a little bit of this blue. Probably too much right there, but let's take that, spray that, take some of this, and add it in through here. Tell me in the comments, how comfortable with you are you with blending colors? So it always looks like a hot mess, just so you know. It always looks like a hot mess before it looks better. Sometimes it winds up still looking like a hot mess, but it's okay because there are no rules when it comes to art. If it doesn't give you that happy feeling on the inside, keep on going. Gosh, I wore the wrong blouse today. I've been having some tummy issues, so I didn't really want to wear anything that was going to be tight. I want to add a little bit. This is getting, I think, a little too blue. So we're going to add a little bit of white back. I need more blending tips. Thank you for this. You're so welcome. Good morning, Brenda. Hey, Laura. All right. Water is your friend when you're blending. you gotta hold this on. My goodness. Hot Mess Express. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So this says Memorial Day. It's very, very faint, and I think I'll probably go over that because I really would want it to be, I do want it to be a little bit more prominent. Let's try that. You're just getting back from a Costco run, Marilyn says. My husband just got a Costco card. We haven't had one in a long time because honestly, it's just the three of us. And we don't usually use, I don't know, I'm not all about buying the lifetime supply. I hate waste, and I hate when I wind up having to throw things away. So unless I'm not like having a party or an event, I don't typically shop there. Let's get this dry. Every time I put on that dryer, I get a hot flash. Every time. And I need to, Debbie bought me a really cool little neck fan. I just need to charge it. Okay, let me do this so you guys can see this. This way. Hi, Joy. Good morning, Sheila. I have some transfers. I don't know if we're going to use them because I don't typically start out with a plan. I think I may want a little bit of brown at the bottom, which I didn't bring. Let's see what color. That's just the dark. I have a brown around here. Let me see. I think I do. That's too brown. That's earthy brown. It is the $300 store. I tell you what, I just, I don't know, it doesn't even seem like I have time to cook, much less buy a lot of groceries. Oh, this color might work. Let's see. This is sand. That might work there on the bottom. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, I do want to darken up down here where it says Memorial Day. I don't typically, I very rarely will do Americana or anything in these color schemes. Good morning, Trees. How's Mama? How's your mama? Of course, it doesn't help with that white brush. Let's get another little brush maybe. Probably should have just left it alone. I'm going to be adding a mold on there, I think. So you're not really going to see that anyway. We'll see. I don't know. I have been known to change my mind. Just saying. I have been known to change my mind. I don't really want to blend this out. I hate straight lines and straight edges, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water that. There you go. That's better. That's more better. You love the print? Thank you, Dolores. All right. this dry now? It is dry. I think I may want to add a little bit. I've got a little bit of white of the paper showing here that I'm not really liking. So, let's see. Yeah, that's better. That's more better. Let's extend this out just a bit. Try to just kind of tricked your eye into not really seeing this big line right in through here. Okay. Sorry if I'm missing some of your comments. Typically, oh, you're talking about, all right, you guys are still talking about Costco. You're good then. You're good. All right, let me just try this one portion again. So here's my thought. I can take this paper and I can use some of these words. I could use One Nation Under God, or I can just stencil. I'm just debating. What do you think? Should we add words to this? We're going to stencil this with some, I think we're going to use the harmony. In fact, we could probably start that up here. Hi, Anna. Hey, there's my girl, Nicole. This would be more her jam. She does Americana really well. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much for sprinkling. You guys, I always forget to ask, but that is so helpful. So I am going to do some of this. I don't know, ladies. Do we want the paper there? Do we want One Nation Under God? I kind of feel like it would fit right here, but the fact that we're going to do a mold right here may kind of not really leave a whole lot of room. What do you think? Hi, Karen. Yes or no? Give me some yays or nays. It would just be that. I kind of think it might look good. It is on rice paper, Francis. Old Glory, Stars and Sprites, 4th of July, Freedom. I could do Freedom. Actually, I think I like Freedom. Okay, so there's two papers I have to take out of inventory. Now let's do Freedom, and I'm actually going to cut this right here. This paper is number 3110. Let me write it on the back of my board. 3110. Where'd my pencil go? 3110. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to do, I was going to do One Nation Under God, but I think I'm going to do the word freedom. And I am going to cut it out. And I am probably going to put some of the Pentart contour pen around it. I don't typically have straight lines, but I think in this case, I think it's acceptable. Gosh, my scissors are bad. That's what happens when you have chipped scissors. Cheap scissors. I could probably chew that off straighter. All right. Let's do this. One nation under God, because it looks like she's praying. Yeah, I don't know that there's enough room. Thank you, Kelly. But there's enough room here for that. Because don't forget, this is going to go here. This doesn't really fit here. I'd say this is probably the only place it would fit. I can move that up and put that right there. Let's see. Thank you so much for sprinkling. Can I fit the year in? I probably could down here. Liberty. So this says Memorial Day. I could take some of these little stars and cut those out. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know that I want any more writing on it. 1776. To me, that would be more like 4th of July. Although, I mean, we've got room for it. Let's stencil. Let's stencil and see what we got. Hi, Lulu. Let's stencil. Is this the same blue? Because I could have swore I opened one up already. Indigo blue. Yeah, I think it's the same. I've got this red too, but I'm leaning more towards the blue. Although that's a really great red, if I do say so myself. Where is my blue? All right, this has got to be the one. Yeah, because it's open. All righty. So that's going to go there. Maybe I should put that down now and get that out of the way. Let me get another brush. Looking for my little decoupage squeegee that I just had. All right, so hopefully this will be dry by the time I get to my stenciling up there. So we've got our brush to offload. Too bad they aren't vertical. What's not vertical? We have our Harmony stencil. We have our stencil brush. Let's do this, girls. So if you don't know anything about the Harmony stencil, it was designed to go together. The words, every other line of the words fits in between the music notes. And it is Amazing Grace in French. So it really kind of doesn't matter what side you use because you can't really read it anyway. Oh, the lettering. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. You know what, I could have cut it. Is that on straight? Yeah, that's on straight. I could have cut it. I may go back with a little bit of a darker blue. Just let that dry a minute and I think I'll just do another shot of it. Because I did top coat my board, it definitely does dilute the color just a little bit. But I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. Okay, let's move that up. Charlotte finally found the stencil brushes. No, we have 1 inch, we have 1 1/4. If you go to our website, #website, if you're watching on Facebook, we'll get you a direct link into our Facebook Messenger. And we have gorgeous, I mean, they're really good quality stencil brushes. They'll last you forever if you take care of them. And if you're not following us on the Diva Designs page, I will be live there this Saturday doing a stencil project on textiles on Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and then later on in the day, I'm actually doing a, it's like a business Saturday that I was invited to this event, and there's going to be a bunch of creators, and they're going to be auctioning off some of their projects, but I am going to be doing some mystery boxes with just a bunch of various stuff in there. So I was thinking about it today. Karen, this is Blue Indigo Blue by Pentart, and it's under the Pentart category on our website. All right, I'm loving that so far. I do need to dry this though. Whee! Did you see all that stuff just fall off the floor? Dry, 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 dry. So we've got stencil brushes, we have paints under the Pentart category. We also started carrying Finnabair waxes. Stencils are in their own category. My hubby's worked really hard to try to get our website a lot more user-friendly. There's over 3,000 decoupage papers in our inventory. It's pretty much whatever you think you're going to need and then some. I love how the blue is not exactly the same. All right, let's move this up to right here and do that one more time. I think we're going to just need maybe 1, maybe 2 more rows. Let's see. Offloading is the biggest thing to help you not have bleed through when you're stenciling. And typically I will put a tape it down and put like a hard book underneath when I'm stenciling over on canvas, because there is a little bit of give to it. Do want it right there. I want to say, I'm not for certain, I'm not for certain, but I kind of think this is my first Americana project. First memorial. I don't do red, white, and blue. I don't know why. I just don't. All right. And I'm really not liking the fact that that went there. I thought it would be okay, but now that I look at it, I don't like that. So let's see if I can get rid of that. And then we can always add just a little bit of paint on there. There. Like it never even happened. Kind of, sort of. All right, what do you think? We doing good so far? Now let's get this dry really quick. Thank you, Liz. You're sweet. Thank you. I never do red, white, and blue. Those of you who've been watching me for a long time can attest to that. And this definitely, where it says Memorial Day, definitely needs to be darker. I do want to top coat this because I think I'm going to add a transfer on there. And we're going to just do this really quick, I think. I'm not sure. So just a little bit of top coat just in case. These top coat sponges I think are on our website under tools. They might be with the brushes. They're really great if you're top coating a large surface, especially my creators who don't have a whole lot of time like me to sit there with a little teeny brush. All right, transfer. Dropped all these on the floor. So this is kind of what I'm thinking about doing on Saturday, is just creating a transfer, but it's going to be mixed sheets. So you get a little bit of everything, which I think is a super good idea, don't you? You've always loved this paper. I've never used it. We have actually 3 of them. We have that, we have this one, and then the other one was, I was debating on, was this one, the Statue of Liberty one. This was my other choice. This one is 3116, but I chose this because it said Memorial Day, and because actually Memorial Day is coming up. So I thought that would be good. Thank you, Anna. All right, let's let this dry a minute more. Probably will add, you know, it would be cute to add little stones, a little bit of rhinestone around that. That would be really pretty. We'll do a little bit of Totally Dazzled, just the stones all the way around. Because, you know, just because I don't do red, white, and blue doesn't mean I can't do my usual bling and zhuzh it up, right? All right, let's talk waxes. While this sits and dries, we're going to add this. This is the, I want to say Pre-Made Mold 1 on our website under PMM, Pre-Made Molds. This is the old Antoinette mold from IOD. It's been around forever. It's been retired forever, but it's just such a great mold. So we are going to pick, these are the new Finnabair waxes that we have in the shop, and we actually did some product testing in our group, and we did them over white and we did them over black just to see how different they look. So let's pick one. I'm liking that. That's sea glass, believe it or not. Let's see if there's a better one. Ochre, mahogany, sage leaves, French lavender. Let's see. Oh, this is it. Faded denim, right here. Faded denim. Let's get that one. Faded denim. Here we go. Perfect. These waxes are on our website under Finnabair. And you need just a a little bit. I'm wondering if I should do some white glaze first. I might have to add that after because I don't have it here right now. Didn't think that far through. Yeah, I like that. What do you guys think? That's good? You guys, if you're not following our page, I would love for you to follow. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. There's going to be some edited video coming your way soon that is super yummy. You're not going to want to miss it. Pinky Swear promise. I am going to add probably some white antiquing gel in on the inside of that, but I don't have it here, so I'll probably do it after the live. Thank you, Robin. Yeah. Not like that. Thank you for sprinkling. Gosh, that helps so much. I hope this inspires you as I try something that I don't normally do, to inspire you to maybe try something that you don't normally do. I really like that a lot. And let's see if we should put a transfer on there. The blue is good, isn't it, Joanne? I think so too. Let's see if we want to transfer. Let's see. I pulled out a couple of scraps. And here's the thing. You never really know if it's going to work until it does or it doesn't. I don't like the green. I'm not mad at it. It's not horrible. I do love this butterfly. Nope. There was some blue flowers on this sheet that I think are going to work. This is Floral Anthology. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I have 2 sheets of this. Oh. Let's see. Let's see what else is in here. I think I'm going to keep this together. All right. Let me grab a transfer stick. And let's see. Do we like these blue flowers? I think we do. I think we do. And I wouldn't even mind. I don't know if we like that up here. Thank you, Robin. Let's see. Let's cut this out. So here's where I just kind of fiddle around with it. Oh, here's another little stem here. I love taking bits and pieces of my transfers and creating a new design. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. And I think this leaf here is good too. Because I don't really want the colors bright. I want to leave them kind of on the muted side. So what if we add one of these leaves here. Here's where probably I should have a book or a harder surface. But because I've top coated my surface well, it should release pretty easily. But there is some give to canvas, so it's taking up my paint, which I'm not happy about right there. All right. Whoever's calling me now, please wait. Please hold. All right, hang on. Let me rethink this. I have this one. I have this one. All right, I like this one. Okay, I want to add this up here. Let's cut this piece off here. Okay, note to self, get a better scissor. I love a Pete. Let's see. Okay. What do you guys think? Are we doing good so far? I don't know if we need the butterfly or not. I'm on the fence about the butterfly. What do you think? Tell me your thoughts on the butterfly. Yay or nay on the butterfly? We're going to overlap this just a little bit. No butterfly. All right, we have one for no butterfly. I was thinking it might look nice kind of on her shoulder. But I don't think it's going the right direction to go on her shoulder. Let me scoop him off the floor. Hey, looks like he's flying away from her. Be cute if he could be on his her shoulder. Okay, y'all are saying no butterfly. The people have spoken. Something's going on outside. I do have some links on the bottom. One is to my Telegram, so you don't miss a live. I typically will put out a Telegram 10 to 15 minutes before I go live. And I'm just going to paint around this. There's one to our website, vintageretailtherapy.com, or #website. We'll do a recap in just a minute. If you're not part of the Craft Around the Clock group, you can, I did put a little link in the description. You could refresh the page. Aw, thank thank you so far. Thank you so much. I am going to put a little bit of bling on this, but let's do a little bit of a recap. Just so I can tell you, if you're just jumping on and you missed most of it, we started with an 11 by 14 canvas board. We used decoupage paper number 3120 and 3112, and I still have a ton of this paper left, so lots and lots of words left that I can use. I don't know that I will, but this is my first time doing a red, white, and blue. I don't typically. I will accentuate these words right here that says Memorial Day. Bits and pieces, which I think works really nicely. This is the Floral Anthology. Of course, this is pre-made mold number 1, which if you are fortunate enough to have it, you're an oldie, because it is very, very first generation IOD called Antoinette. And of course, we added the Harmony stencil right there. And my camera is crooked. Let's see if I can straighten you up. If there's any questions, let me see. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my segment. God bless you. You had a resident tell me butterflies mean free. Yeah, I think so too. I think something a little small would be really cute on here. I am going to probably add a little bit of bling around this, and I probably will add some white antiquing wax in through there. But that's what we did, guys. 45 minutes. I know each and every one of you could do this. I think it would be a great gift for somebody who maybe has lost someone that wants to remember. And Memorial Day is such a great time to do that. So if you're a veteran, know a veteran, or love a veteran, thank you so much for your service to them and for their service to us. God bless you guys. I will see you soon. Ciao for now.